I continue to buy new desk accessories on Amazon, so it's obvious at this point I have a problem. But the latest ones that I bought are all pretty interesting, and I found good uses for each of them. Let's jump into it. I bought the Novium Hover Pen 2.0 for one reason. It looks really cool. Honestly, I thought it would just be a novelty item for my desk that kind of gave it a higher end appearance. But in the end, it had a second benefit that I wouldn't have ever really considered and ultimately might make this thing worth $99 over time. Maybe. But first, look at how sweet this thing really is. Anytime someone comes by my desk for the first time, they almost immediately grab it from its stand, they mess around with it for a bit, and then put it back, and always say the same thing. Hey, that's pretty cool. Now, it's easy to use, like most pens. Just grab the pen, pull the cap off, begin writing. From a pen standpoint, it's actually pretty good quality. Once you're done, it's magnetic. It sort of helps assist sliding it back on and snaps back in place. The pen does tend to bounce around a little bit, but I actually use that to my advantage. I like to spin the pen around and almost create sort of like a fidget spinner on my desk. The part about this pen, though, that I didn't know would be so important, it's the fact that it's always on my desk. And that's not always the case with the cheap Bic pens that I typically use. I seem to go through those like water. And if my math's right, I go through about 1,000 of these a year. Breaking it down by a 36 pack at $7 on Amazon, that's like $194 in pens lost. I know I'm exaggerating here, but $99 kind of seems like a steal now. Maybe not, but just somehow randomly losing those pens over and over on a daily basis, I think this Hover Pen has actually become quite useful for me. I know I'm an Avengers nerd, but Thor's hammer that's a fidget spinner seemed like a no-brainer when I saw it. As long as it wasn't junk, I suppose. Now, I love to fidget with stuff when I sit at my computer browsing the web or watching videos. And the funny thing is when I first bought the hammer, I actually thought it said it was called Thor's hammer. But when I went back to this listing to make the video, it looks like they've actually made a change to rename the title. I guess that's not a surprise since Marvel has this brand on lock. Hopefully the product hasn't changed though. I wasn't 100% sure what to expect when I got Thor's hammer. I thought it might be cheap, but a lot of reviews rated it pretty highly, especially for quality. And they weren't wrong. It's super heavy for being so small, like Thor's actual hammer, and I'm really impressed with the quality of the product. It also came with this cheap fidget spinner in case, which I don't really use, but when you spin Thor's hammer, it spins forever, and sometimes I'll start it and just see how long it will spin on my desk. They also included something to remove the handle and allow you just to spin in the head of the hammer, and while this is a nice way to change it up, to be honest, I don't really think it's as cool and it doesn't really function as well. But much like the pen though, everyone seems to enjoy this thing when they come by my desk. I've been hooked on monitor light bars since I first tried them last year. Since that point, I've added them to my desk setup at home and at the office. The Xiaomi light bar with wireless puck control was the first model that I've actually ever used that didn't require you to touch the buttons or sensors on the actual light bar. While using the buttons on these light bars isn't a major problem, they do tend to cause the light bar to move around a bit on the monitor, and this can be annoying, especially when you're required to constantly readjust the position whenever you decide to turn the light bar on or off, or just simply adjust the color settings and brightness. I love how easy it is to turn the light on and off with the puck. If you want to change the color settings or brightness, that process is actually pretty straightforward as well. Now, the Xiaomi was pretty inexpensive considering that it includes this wireless puck at only $69. The premium BenQ that I really enjoyed previously was over $100, and that didn't even include the wireless puck. If you wanted to compare it to BenQ's high-end model with the puck, it almost cost $200. When I first found the ODISTAR Vacuum, I assumed this would be a really good option for cleaning my keyboard. I hate that nasty that builds up over time from just snacking and being a gross human. Let's be honest, the vacuum ended up working better on other things than my actual keyboard. Using it to clean up the lower profile MX Keys keyboard is pretty good, but it wasn't quite strong enough to work with my MX mechanical keyboard that sets the keys up higher. I use a felt desk pad from Delta Hub though, and this is where I actually like this product the most. Up until this little gadget, I didn't really have a great option for cleaning it unless I kind of cleaned it like a rug. Even that wasn't great, but the little brushes on this vacuum agitate the felt and pull up the crumbs and dust right off the desk pad with ease. I use it to quickly clean up other areas of my desk surface as well. I know I'm probably ruining the desk pad a little each time, but I think I'd rather have it clean. My favorite comfort accessories that I use at both my desks is a footrest. Previous to buying the Everlasting Comfort footrest, I've been using my Sitmatic footrest exclusively at home. This is made from aluminum and can be a bit cold in my basement. I like footrest because I'm able to kind of move my feet around under my desk. I really like the Sitmatic footrest because when you flip it upside down, you can actually rock it back and forth, adding to that fidget sort of option. The Everlasting Comfort footrest is a teardrop shape, and it's almost exactly the same shape as my Sitmatic footrest. And it almost works exactly the same as well. But for working from home, I think this is actually a better option for me. At the office, I wear my shoes, but at home, I'm typically wearing socks or I'm barefoot. Either way, in the basement, it gets cold, and the Everlasting Comfort has a warmer feel to it. Not only that, the softness of the pad and the plush cover is really comfortable. The cover is also removable if you end up getting it dirty from a lot of use or if you decide to wear shoes once in a while.